The kidneys are two small bean-shaped organs located on either side of the spine. Among their main functions is cleansing the blood by eliminating waste products from our body through the production of urine. They also help regulate blood pressure and the body's water-salt balance, that is, the correct ratio between water and mineral salts. Over time, however, the kidneys may progressively weaken, especially when exposed to risk factors such as hypertension, diabetes, drug abuse, or poor dietary habits. Diet, in fact, plays an important role in keeping the kidneys healthy, since some foods, if consumed in excess, can damage them. But which ones are they? Let's find out. Sodium is an essential mineral for the proper functioning of the body, as it regulates the movement of fluids and nutrients inside and outside cells, and also participates in nerve impulse transmission and blood pressure regulation. However, it becomes the kidney's number one enemy when consumed in excess. This is because it alters the natural sodium balance in the body, causing water retention and forcing the kidneys to filter a larger volume of blood. This leads to an increase in blood pressure, which over time can develop into hypertension, one of the main causes of kidney failure and an important risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. Attention should also be paid to condiments used in place of or in addition to salt, such as bouillon cubes, soy sauce, ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard, as well as all salty snacks, such as peanuts, chips, popcorn, and even certain sauces and ready-made dishes. Among the foods containing the highest amounts of salt are cured meats such as prosciutto and speck, aged cheeses like pecorino and feta, but also bread, breadsticks, and crackers. Among the foods shown to damage kidney function if consumed excessively is red meat. Numerous epidemiological studies have consistently demonstrated a strong association between high red meat consumption and adverse kidney outcomes, including an increased incidence of chronic kidney disease and faster disease progression. According to a study conducted by Chinese researchers, the global impact of chronic kidney disease attributable to high red meat consumption increased significantly from 1990 to 2021. Among the main mechanisms thought to be responsible for this link are changes in gut microbiota composition and increased intestinal permeability, which facilitates the passage of uremic toxins into the bloodstream. These are biologically active compounds formed when intestinal bacteria metabolize certain nutrients found in red meat. When consumed excessively, these toxins tend to accumulate in the body and exacerbate oxidative stress and inflammatory processes, especially in patients already affected by chronic kidney disease, accelerating the decline in kidney function. Furthermore, red meat is also a dietary source of advanced glycation end products, which are molecules generated through non-enzymatic reactions between sugars and proteins or lipids. Although they form naturally as a consequence of metabolism, they can also be absorbed through food, for example during high-temperature grilling of meat. The accumulation of these substances contributes to the decline in kidney function observed with aging, increasing the risk of developing kidney diseases, especially in the presence of chronic conditions such as hypertension and diabetes mellitus. Other food sources with a higher content of advanced glycation end products include fried and roasted foods, toasted bread, and baked goods such as donuts and cookies, as well as certain high-fat aged cheeses, butter, and margarine. In conclusion, we have seen that what we eat can significantly influence the health of our kidneys. Excessive consumption of salt, red meat, ultra-processed foods, and sugars, as well as smoking and alcohol, damages the kidneys, increasing the risk of kidney disease, hypertension, metabolic and cardiovascular diseases, and some types of cancer. However, in patients already affected by kidney disease, greater attention to diet and lifestyle is essential.